friend. Welcome to Purpose Unlocked, the space where dreamers, doers, and changemakers like you come to build legacies that truly matter. I'm Christy Smith, your anti-cookie cutter coach, sustainable legacy builder, and author of The Intuitive Entrepreneur, here to help you build a business that doesn't just look good on paper, but feels good in your bones. If you've ever felt that quiet pull for more purpose, more freedom, more impact, you're in the right place. Every week, we'll have real, unfiltered conversations about what it takes to build a purpose-driven business and a life that actually feels good. You'll hear stories, strategies, and mindset shifts from visionaries who are redefining success their own way. Authentically, intentionally, and unapologetically. Because this isn't just about growing a business, it's about creating a legacy that lasts. So take a breath, grab your coffee, and let's unlock your purpose together. Here's a question that quietly changes everything. If this worked really well, would I still want to do it? And really sit with that, right? You can ask this anytime you want. Is it a program? Is it a product? Is it somebody is offering you an opportunity? If it worked really well, would you still want to do it? Most businesses are designed for momentum and not repetition. They rely on urgency, on constant visibility, and on reinventions to stay relevant. But success doesn't simplify, it amplifies. So if your work is built on pressure, success multiplies pressure. And if it's built on care, success deepens trust. Right? Loving the work long-term means designing for repetition. Work you can love repeating. Right? It has rhythms, has boundaries, and it has room for you to be human. Because you don't need a business that just excites you one time. You need one that can live inside one that you can live inside without resentment. It's not about lowering your ambition, it's about extending your timeline. Yes, I 100% understand short-term wins feel good. Long-term livability changes everything. And I want you to really pause here before we do our reflection prompts. And I want you to think about seasons. Right? We all have seasons in our life. Just from our own perspective, you're a baby, and then you're a toddler, and then you're in, elementary school, and then you go to middle school or junior high school, and then you go to college and you're a young adult, and you go through the phases, and now you're middle-aged, and then you're headed towards, old age, and all the things, right? There's seasons there. But even inside all of that, there are seasons that we can pick up on. Some man-made seasons would be our school schedules when we're in school, right? Like, why do we go to school from this date to this day? Because somebody drew a circle on a calendar and said we need 180 days and we're going to not do school these days, right? But it's still a schedule. It's still a season. We do this, and then we do this, and we do this, and we do this, right? You learn, and then you practice it, and you do your practice tests and your quizzes, and then you take a test to make sure you've learned it. And there's a lot of seasons, because I'm an environmentalist, that happen out in the wild as well. I live in a place where there's 4 seasons. My season right now is called snow season, but that's okay. It's winter, We can be quiet. It's very pretty to look at. I don't have to work outside like my husband does, so I'm very blessed. And then, you go to spring and everything feels new and exciting. And in summer, everything's growing. And then in the fall, and you harvest it and, really kind of compost everything that you've learned throughout all the seasons. And then as you go into winter again, right? And you're kind of quiet again in winter. And you can follow those seasons. And you can implement your own seasons and your own cycles and your own rhythms in your business. You can look at your business and say, I only want to do 2 launches a year. I only want to do 1 launch. I want to do quarterly this. You have to figure out what that looks like for you. And I would very strongly encourage you to also look at what season you are in your life. I am an empty nester. I have a lot more free time than I did now, or than I did when I had 2 teenage boys in the house, or when they were younger and you have to drive them to all their activities. So what season are you in? How much time do you have to dedicate? And now that kind of helps you back into things. If you're on the other side and you're taking care of family, maybe older parents, grandparents, whatever, that's a restriction on your time as well. And you do need to factor that in. So how much time do you have to dedicate? And how much time, what do you want to spend it on, right? With your time. Do you always want to be launching a new thing? I have over the years, just full transparency, I have been in cycles where I was launching. And I got burned out. I cannot do that anymore in where I am. One, because I don't think everything that I do is always new. Like the concepts that I talk about haven't changed for years. It's the same concepts. I just might be putting it together in a different way. And then I put it together in a different way. And then I put it together in a different way. And really and truly, the messaging, the concepts behind it, it's the same. So why do I need to create something new like every quarter and launch it, right? Like the information is there. Don't hide any information from any of you between what's in my blog, what's in my podcast, what's on social media, what you can find in other places, on my website, my book, any of my programs. Like I really don't hide anything from you guys. So there's really not at this point in time a need for me to continuously launch, right? I am launching something new here in February. It did launch February 1st because I record all of these ahead of time. So it launched February 1st and it's called The Stirring. And you guys really, again, nothing new per se in the information that's being shared in that program, right? It's just, hey, if you want to just get these, you guys, I do these reflection prompts all the time in my podcast. I do them a lot of times in my blog posts. I do them while we're doing a program, right? So all I've done is consolidated a lot of those reflection prompts that we talk about, and I put it in a 40-day program. Really and truly my end game with that, just so you can kind of hear how this looks like in a cycle before we get to the reflection prompts for today. But I want to do another one in the fall. October, do another 40-day one. So that's October 1st through November 9th. That'd be right. Yeah, that would be right. And take you in to right before the holidays. And then I really don't want to do anything during the holidays anymore. I just want quiet. I'll work with my one-on-ones, but I'm not going to be launching during the holidays. Everybody is so crazy busy during the holidays. You guys don't need to hear from me during the holidays of some new thing that I'm coming out with. You just need to focus on all your personal stuff. So I'm going to honor that. That's going to be that part of that cycle and that rhythm, right? Again, next February, I'm going to do the stirring again. And then next fall, I can do my fall one again. And I could just keep doing this year over year over year over year, because new people are going to come into your orbit. New people are going to discover you, be referred to you. So I just was like, why do I have to keep recreating the wheel all the time? I don't. Like, I can just put together this really awesome, phenomenal program that you guys can easily do. And we can all move on. And you can do it again next year. And you can do it again the next year. And you can do it again the next year. Because every time you come across something, it's like rereading a book, right? Like, there's new things that'll come up, new things that'll like resonate with you. So anyways, that's my long-winded, I guess, hey, we need to get into rhythms and repeating, and you don't have to create new all the time. All right, so reflection prompts for today. There's 3 questions I want you to ask yourself. Number 1 is, what parts of my work feel sustainable to repeat? Number 2, what feels impressive but exhausting? So where are you trying to impress people, but you just feel like exhausted anytime you think about it? And number 3, what would I change if I trusted myself to be here for the long haul? I'm going to repeat that. What would I change if I trusted myself to be here for the long haul? Design for tomorrow, not just the launch. That's how love deepens and how work lasts. Thank you for tuning in to Purpose Unlocked. I'm so glad you're here. Every time you press play, you're choosing to invest in your growth, your purpose, and the legacy you're meant to create. That matters. If something in today's episode resonated with you, take a moment to share it with someone who needs to hear it. Because when one of us rises, we all rise. And if you haven't already, hit follow, leave a review, or share your biggest takeaway on social. I love hearing what's landing for you. Remember, you weren't made to blend in. You were made to lead, to create, and to build something that lasts. So take what you've learned today, trust your intuition, and go make bold moves toward your purpose. I'm Christy Smith, your anti-cookie cutter coach and sustainable legacy builder, reminding you that your dream isn't just possible, it's waiting for you to claim it. Let's keep unlocking purpose together.